1, 2, 3. Today we're going to be doing the football hand, wrist, and thumb. First, we're going to start with our pre-wrap at the wrist. Working our way up to the thumb. And so we're going to go here and around and back down, coming this way through the thumb, through the palm, up, doing that. Making that hole so the thumb can just slide on through and cover this thumb web between the thumb and index finger. And you come back around. Just ending right about here. All right. And then we're gonna grab our 1.5 inch white tape and do 2 to 3 anchors. And I'm gonna do 3 since we have a smaller individual that we're taping. Okay, 3. And then after we get our 3 anchors with the 1.5 inch white tape, we're gonna go in with our inch tape and do a wrap around the thumb below the joint, and then one here right under our metatarsal heads and the knuckles. Inch for the thumb. Okay, and then to help, you can start with having the athlete have their hand facing this way, and then layering it that, or you can go this way and do it with this little line here. So I'm gonna go this way and creating that first anchor. And then come back around this way. And then when you're going back around, you'll go through here, through the thumb. And the wrinkle here is all right. And laying down right here right about there. Okay. And then we'll go ahead with our 1.5 inch tape and do figure 8s. So we'll start here, and we want to go around the palmar side of the hand, up around the pinky side of the hand. Forgot my terminology. So we want to get this angle right here. And when you're coming down, back up and around, you want to lay it and angle it right between the web here. So this is where you'll get your wrinkle by design, which I'll have one. So I'll go ahead and pull it and pinch it. Come back through. Watching those metatarsal heads and back up and around and ending at the wrist. Come further down to cover that. And for this athlete, I'm going to go ahead and do one more just to go through. Again, coming around here. Watching that angle. Following your outline as before, you'll pinch for your wrinkle of design, which they should line up with one another, and you'll be able to snip that off later. Back through the palm and down towards the wrist. And then after your figure 8s are in, we'll go in with C-strips. And you can pull off from the roll, or you can just already have these measured out, depending on how much time you have and whatnot. After that, we'll go in with our horseshoes. So these I'll go ahead and pull off the roll. I'll try it out with these two. Okay. Go ahead and line up with the thumb and slam that tape straight down. And just working your way up that thumb, up the hand to the thumb. So I could go ahead and do one more. So I'm gonna work off the roll. So you want the tension in the center, laying it right down. Go ahead and tearing. Oops. Okay, after your horseshoes, you go ahead and pull off a Lawrence strip. Yeah, this will work. Taking that, strip down the middle on one side, and a strip down the middle on the other. And this one, application is the same as the horseshoes. You want to just slam that straight down to cover those holes here and here. Okay. We're going straight down. I should have did bottom first and then top, but we still covered. Okay. And then after our Lawrence strips, we go back under with our inch tape and we'll do our thumb spicas. So we'll start here, pulling off and going up over on the fingernail side, watching that IP joint, pulling off to be able to manipulate it later. So we'll be able to, you'll have a wrinkle there behind the finger or the thumb, and then coming back down and going around the wrist. Do one more. Trying to lay one on top of the other. And when you're doing your thumb spicas, you want that X. Wrinkle back designs here. Coming back down. And around the wrist. And then after your two thumb spicas, go back in with our C-strips and horseshoes. I might need to grab another roll. We'll see how far we get with this. Oop. All right, we're getting a little tight, so I'll go ahead and grab another roll. So that'd be our third C-strip. And then new roll, going into our horseshoes. And we want to cover our spicas that we just did. So again, you want to just slam that down and measure off where you want to tear. And then line with the thumb, slam down. Oops, there we go. Okay. All right, and then we'll do one circular strip around the hand. Here. Oop. And then we'll do another figure eight strip for our lock. Okay. Here. Oops. Going down, up, and again, let's see if I hit the angle. Just pinching there. And that'll be able me to lay down here, back up and around the wrist. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. And then you'll check the wrist for extension and hyperextension. We're good here, and we'll mold all the wrinkles out. I could add another Lawrence strip to cover this little hole. All right. We'll mold all that down. And we covered up our little wrinkle by design, so we wouldn't have to snip that off. And that is our football hand, wrist, and thumb.